This is the plaintiff, Ruth Weinreich Gerby. She says her neighbor's dog got into her yard and attacked her poor little Pomeranian dog named Baby. She ran out of her house screaming, "Drop my baby!" and the dog ran away with her baby in its mouth. Her baby died 3 days later. The defendant's the lowest person on this earth, and she's suing the heartless woman for the state max of $5,000 for all she's been put through. This is the defendant, Wendy Skolnick. She says the fence between the two properties is old and needs to be replaced. The plaintiff lets her 3 dogs into the yard and they antagonize and bark at her dog. Her dog must have thought they were 3 little rats charging at him, and she chomped down on one of them. She paid the plaintiff's vet bill like the good citizen she is and has no responsibility whatsoever to give her any more money. She's accused of harboring a vicious animal.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. These 2 litigants shared a common fence. The defendant's dog got into the plaintiff's yard and killed their Pomeranian baby. But the defendant says, hey, the fence was in disrepair, so they're both responsible. It's the case of Bye Bye Baby.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome,
Ruth Weinreich Gerby.
Yes.
You are suing your neighbor, Wendy Skolnick-Stelmack, for $5,000. You're out actually $6,400 in veterinary bills because, according to you, her dog attacked your dog and killed it. Tell me what happened.
On the morning of September 23rd, 2016, my daughter was taking the dogs out to go to the bathroom. We had 3 little Pomeranians.
How old is your daughter?
This one was 5.
Oh.
I have 2, they're actual biological brothers, Baby and Johnny. They're 5 and...
No, I meant your daughter.
Oh, my daughter, I'm sorry. My daughter.
How old's your daughter? I know the dogs are like children to you, but I meant your daughter. How old is she?
They're my sons. She's 19.
19, okay. All right, so go on.
She was taking them out for their morning business, and she lost a slipper in the kitchen, so she just let them out, and then she went back into the kitchen to get her the slipper. And in the meantime, my bedroom is right near the back door. I heard, like, after a minute, like, such a screech, and I ran out barefoot. And
do you have a fenced-in yard?
I have a fenced-in yard, yes.
Okay.
I have a 4-foot chain link fence between, it's my fence between our yards.
Okay.
And her dog broke in. They were,
How did her dog break in?
They've been damaging and breaking the fence now for a while.
Who's they?
Her dogs.
She has more
2
than one
dogs.
dog. Okay,
And
but how have they been damaging and breaking the fence?
By pushing it, leaning into it. They're big dogs.
Was there, right, but so how physically did they get in? Are you going to tell me one of them got into your yard?
Yes.
Do you know how it got into your yard?
Yes.
How?
It bent the chain link forward between the chain link and the bar that it's attached to, bent it and slipped in.
Do you have a picture of it?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
I don't know which one. Oh, and here's another one, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, that's...
Okay, and so the dog fit through there?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, while we were speaking to Wendy the day that it occurred, later on in that day, we spoke to her, the dog again came through there. That's how we found the exact spot.
While you were speaking?
While we were speaking to her, yeah.
So she saw it too?
Yes.
All right, tell me what happened.
I came out in the yard and the dog had Baby in its mouth, Baby just around the middle. And
What kind of dog is Baby?
a little Pomeranian.
Go ahead.
And her dog is a Catahoula dog, she told me. And
What kind of dog is that? A big dog?
yeah, I have pictures of it too. That's when I came back from the vet hours later, after I left Baby off at the hospital.
Tell me what happened. So you see your baby in the dog's chompers, and you see the dog in your yard.
And the other one, and they were both...
Both dogs were in your yard?
Both of them came in.
Her dogs were in your yard?
Yes.
Okay.
And one was guarding and not allowing me to approach, and the dog wouldn't give me Baby back. I had to, like, chase it and scream, give me, let go, let go. And it ran a little bit, and then finally just dropped Baby on the ground like a rag doll, and Baby was so limp. And I picked him up, and I just ran up the stairs, screamed to my daughter to get my pocketbook and my keys, and we just ran into the car. I put Baby in her arms, and we went to the vet that was closest to me, and he did what he could, but he said he needed surgery because that dog had broken 6 of its ribs, 3 on each side, crushed them, and it opened up its chest cavity and down to its abdominal cavity, and you could see in the lungs. And so we jumped in the car again and ran to the other place, and they were ready. They took baby, and they did the surgery on baby, and
I'm so sorry. You feel so helpless. I've lived through what you're saying, and you feel it was a cat, but I could just, it was like something from Animal Kingdom to watch.
Yeah.
And it's not the animals that we punish in these cases, because animals are being animals. It's the human behavior we look at to see if the human behavior fell short of what we owe each other as neighbors. So baby had all that surgery and it didn't go well.
It was just wait and see at that point. And I had been trying to get a hold of Wendy all day long. And
so you hadn't talked to Wendy yet? And
no.
did you two know each other? Were you friendly?
Over the fence. She lives right in the house right behind me.
How long had you been living next door to each other?
I'm there about 20 years. I think she's there at least 10 years.
Okay. And who owns the fence?
I do.
And how long ago did it get ripped up?
I would say within the last year, it's been, getting destroyed, getting fixed, getting destroyed, getting repaired. And my husband and I told her numerous times, please let your landlord know that so he could put his own fence, because, it's causing us damages.
Yeah. So then what happens?
Surgery was Friday, and Sunday night they called me.
Okay, Ms. Skolnick-Stelmach, what happened?
Okay, Dakota is a Catahoula hound. I was fostering her. This is Dakota. She was
Tell
not
me
a
what you mean
vicious-
by fostering her.
I was considering adopting her.
Okay.
And
so where did you get her?
Through through a rescue group.
Okay. Have you ever gotten any other dogs from that rescue group?
Leo, who is the one you see
That
there,
dog.
who I still have.
All right. So who is this with the dog?
That's my daughter. And I brought that picture to show that she's not a vicious animal. She was very.
Listen, this proves nothing to me. This proves that dog liked your daughter is all that proves. Doesn't prove whether the dog has issues with aggression. And in fact, in your answer to the complaint, you talk about the dog's issues with aggression.
I didn't say aggression. I did say she was a little wild and disobedient.
Okay, let's see what you said. She was powerful, a little wild, and undisciplined. When I got her home, I had some trouble establishing dominance. I contacted the rescue group to see if they'd do an evaluation on her. What does that mean?
I wanted them to come and evaluate her and...
What's evaluate her? They already had her. You already got her from them. If they were going to do something, they would have done it then. What was happening that you wanted them to come and, quote, evaluate her?
She was skittish. Like, if I raised my hand, she would cower. And if I tried to put her in a bathtub, she would run away and hide under the shed.
Really? Because that doesn't sound like powerful and wild. That sounds like skittish and timid, and that's different from powerful, a little wild, and undisciplined. That doesn't sound like the same thing.
Well, she was strong, and like I said, she wouldn't listen.
It was a challenge having two active dogs, you say?
Yes.
All right, so go ahead.
The fence was in terrible disrepair. I don't think it's her fence, actually. I do think it was ours, but we didn't know whose fence it was. Neither one of us thought...
Who bent the fence?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Really? You think it's a little Pomeranians? Because it's way up top, so it's a big dog.
And actually...
And it's bent in the direction from your yard to her yard, so it sounds to me like it's pretty clear to all of us that your dogs are bending the fence.
I don't know. Maybe they were in her yard. I don't know, because I wasn't there to witness that.
Well, according to her, when you're talking to her, your dog came into her yard. Is that true?
Later, that did happen, yes.
Okay, so I think we know that your dog can and does get in the yard.
I know that it did happen.
So you're harboring a dog that is having socialization issues. You know it, to the point where you're going to tell the rescue people, you need to come out here. And the rescue people tell you what when you say that?
They were pressuring me to either keep her or they would just come and take her and put her down without taking the time.
I wonder why. What behavior might do that? So you, in your infinite wisdom, decide that you can't bear that you don't want to sign the death warrant for Dakota. So you keep Dakota, and where's Dakota now?
I gave her back.
And what happened to Dakota?
Last I knew, she was with one of the rescue families from the rescue
So she
group.
has not been put down.
As far as I know, they did not.
So, okay, but now her dog is dead.
So if the fence was in disrepair and the dogs kind of got together because the defendant's dog came onto the plaintiff's property, is the defendant responsible for vet bills?
Yes,
Why?
because if you have an animal, you're supposed to take responsibility for everything.
Fair enough, but isn't part of that responsibility maintaining the fence?
The dog has to be on a leash.
Even in his own backyard?
If the defendant knows there is something wrong with the fence, then it's the defendant's responsibility to hold the dog on a leash.
You have a smart owner. Yes, you do. Going inside the courtroom.
How on earth do you figure that you're not responsible for this dog bill?
I have this Exhibit 2 showing the plaintiff's idea of repairing holes in the fence. He takes stacks of lawn chairs and shoves legs through holes. Okay?
I'm a little confused why that fence would look like it does. If you know there's two big dogs trying to get in there, I would not have taken that kind of liberty that you and your husband appear to have taken to stick a lawn chair there and think it's going to solve the problem. It doesn't solve the problem. But still, it's all on you. Because at the end of the day, as much as we love our pets, we have social responsibilities as human beings to each other. And if we think that there might be a problem, then we need to take action so that there isn't. And you're the one with the unique knowledge of the difficulties of this dog. You're the one who should have taken, control of it. Plus, it's your dog that escapes and goes in there. So you're the one who's responsible for it. The statutory maximum in your state is $5,000. I am ordering the defendant to pay the plaintiff $5,000.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Since then now, your landlord has put in a new fence, correct?
That's correct. I split the cost with him.
Okay.
And I did pay.
You did pay an initial vet bill
Yes.
to her own vet or to
Yes.
the nearest vet that was about $300 and something.
$367, yes.
Right, but you're going to have to pay the actual emergency care bill was $6,490. So I'm ordering $5,000 verdict for the plaintiff. Good luck, folks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So the plaintiff prevails, recovers $5,000, which covers most of the cost of the surgery. How do you feel about what the judge just was saying to you?
I am very sorry for what happened. It was traumatic for both families, and I hope that this helps them find some peace and move on.
Okay. You're still neighbors now, right?
Yes, we're still neighbors.
How is that going to affect your relationship with your neighbor?
That's a good question. Her husband has physically threatened me to the point that I've had to call the police, and I have a police report, but I didn't get that far in my testimony.
All right, listen, this sounds like it could be trouble. Thank you very, very much. You must sign a few documents outside.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank
that
you.
way? Well, here comes the plaintiff, Ms. Reinrich-Gerbel. You got $5,000, that's the state max, and I know nothing can cover the replacement of your pet. But how do you feel about what happened here in court now?
I feel we got some justice for baby.
Okay.
And, maybe it'll help my daughters a little bit.
What
and my
happens now
family.
that with your neighbor? She's still there, and you've still got
After
the dogs.
all this, she's still slandering us.
All right.
Just shows her true self. It's very
Well, good
ugly.
luck. Good
Thank
luck
you very
working it
much.
out, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Pretty traumatic case. Harvey, what do you think?
Okay, real quickly, Doug, when you have a common fence like that and it's in disrepair, both sides are responsible equally for maintaining it.